happened on February 27th was a tragedy for the victims, our staff, our students, and their parents, and the entire Chardon community. My thoughts and prayers, and those of my fellow board members, go out to the victims and their families. I've attended the funerals, and I've talked with some of the families, and I still can't imagine their grief. I hope that the unprecedented outpouring of love and support from all over the country and even around the world will continue to bring them some measure of comfort.
I come here tonight with three different yet connected emotions. First one is sadness, gratitude, and finally hopefulness. I'm sad because of the senseless act of violence took away 3 members of our school family. I spent time with each of those families who suffered the loss of their child. While I can't imagine to know their pain, I've assured them that their children, Danny, Demetrius, and Russell, will always have a place here in the Chardon community. I'm also here filled with gratitude to the countless numbers of people who helped prevent this awful event from becoming any worse. Our staff who instinctively followed their training and did what they were supposed to do in the lockdown drills, trying to get students out of harm's way. Several people were identified basically by the social media. Mr. Hall, Mr. Ritchie, Mr. Dinko. As you may be aware, we're not really quite able to, because there's an ongoing investigation, to discuss people who were in the hallways and people who were at the scene, etc. Those 3 names came out of the social media piece, and the media, quite frankly, hounded us until we kind of got Frank off the hook a little bit because they were hounding him even at his house to say something on camera. So even though there were hundreds, and I'm hearing more of those every day, of situations where people just did what they were supposed to do, protect children. And for that, we're certainly grateful. Certainly the law enforcement and the EMS, friend and partner Tim is here. Tim McKenna, Chief McKenna, thank you and your staff. Dan McClellan in the Sheriff's Department, and hundreds of people that just stopped what they were doing and came to our rescue. People were taking showers, getting ready for work. Husbands and wives were waking up each other saying, there's something at Chardon, you got to go. Officers, plainclothes people, FBI, BCI, State Highway Patrol grabbed their badge, grabbed their gun, threw something on, and came to the scene. For the most part, just because they wanted to be here to help. We had the command center with the chief and the sheriff, myself. They just kind of dispersed, so they gave them their assignments, and everybody did what they were supposed to do, including all the number of people who really weren't there, I guess, as first responders, but they took it upon themselves to show up. Another example of a great community we live in. All the counselors that helped us. It's so vital in the long healing process, and it's going to take a long time. Certainly it's not going to go away soon. Finally, I'm also here tonight with hope. I'm hopeful because of how our students, parents, and our staff have come together. As we gradually reopen the schools, first for the staff, then the parents and students together, and then finally for students only on that last Friday. I've been so struck by how everyone's reached out and supported each other. It's been heartwarming to watch how much good there is in people. And I said good in people. Human interaction certainly is very powerful. And it's going to be there for part of our healing process that the school community needs. We've been following the guidance of our trained counselors, and we've been working hard with that key part of the healing process for students and staff to get back to what's familiar. It's going to take time, but as your superintendent, I can assure you of the resolve for our students and staff to get back to what is familiar. We're going to be there for our students, their families, and importantly our staff, because they need the help as well.